What's up, guys? My name is Willie G, bringing you guys another bad deck profile with none other than Mandres here. Show us what you're working with, man.
Alright, playing Madolche is kind of old school. Like, this is an older build. Like, it revolves around abusing TG Warwolf and, special summoning monsters and just spamming out rank 3s and getting to Tiramisu as fast as possible. Lots of little 2-card combos in this deck. Really cool, but let me get started. 3, Angeli, best card in the deck by far.
Cake Boss itself.
Like, this can lead into so many different broken combos in the deck, honestly. You can use it to just stall, even, because the monster special summoned by the effect can't be destroyed by battle until the next end phase, because during the next end phase it gets shuffled back into the deck, which actually procs Ticket, which is super duper helpful. I mean, very good. And if you have a Chateau on board, since it's being shuffled in by the effect of a Madolche creature, you can add it back to hand. So that's also a nice thing to keep in mind. I also play 3, Mangeline. Searcher, basically the roto of the deck. Just stomps out creatures. Helps you get into those 2-card combos, really good. I only play 2 Messengelato. I feel 3's cloggy. You don't want to draw into him. Really bad. You just want to search him and special summon him to get your, chateaus and your tickets, because, quite frankly, otherwise it's just really bad. It just hurts.
Opening him is really rough.
It's
Unless
rough.
you have the new fate.
You gotta, somehow figure out a way to shuffle him back into the deck, too. I've been thinking about bringing it back to 3, but honestly, 2 is a good number. So.
And playtesting 2 has been very consistent, too.
Yeah. 3, Ufle. Again.
Playmaker.
I mean, it's a 2-card combo deck. It's an OTK. Literally, in combination with TG Warwolf, you can just win a game just from the special summoning effect. So, the more special summoning effects you have, the better. It'll just get you there. With that, I also play 3 Hoot Kick. Hoot Kick's really good. Basically, combo with Angeli. Since Angeli sends herself to the graveyard, you can just banish her to summon another creature, usually a Messengelato, and/or another monster that you need to fill in, just so you can get into those plays. Tiramisu, like I said, best card in the game. Doesn't target, shuffles back into deck, so not many things can get around it. I mean, only thing that can get around is what, Klee?
Yeah,
Klee,
just because it's unaffected by.
Yeah.
But I mean, you still can shuffle their back row and their other cards.
Exactly, you can
shuffle their scales.
Exactly, so you can just get rid of stuff. So, Hoot Kick, muy bueno, very good. Another MVP of the deck is the triple TG Warwolf. TG Warwolf, whenever you special summon a creature, whenever a creature is special summoned in general, I believe.
Yeah, it's either player too.
It's level 4 or lower, but whenever a level 4 or lower creature is special summoned, you can just special summon it. That's either you or your opponent. So you can use it as a defensive mechanism to set up for Hoot Kick plays. I've done that before. Works out pretty well. Yeah, just really good. Helps you just get to those OTKs.
It's also a good just set it and wait for your opponent to ram into it and have fodder for Hoot Kick at that point.
Exactly.
Would you play Striker? Have you been considering it?
I've been considering it, but I don't want to. I might have to because Nat Beast is just too good against Necroz. So
I can understand.
My
Especially
answer,
because those two are really good combos together.
Yeah. My current answer for my favorite hand trap to play, Effect Veiler, just says no, gives you food for your Hoot Kick, and
it's one of the better ones. Besides,
it's really good.
This and Max C are the 2 better ones.
I don't play any Synchro, so the tuner is kind of wasted, but you're going to send it to the graveyard and banish it anyway, so you just want to get into Tiramisu with this deck. On to the spells. 19 creatures, I believe. So, 2 Ticket and 2 Chateau. Chateau, the field spell. Whenever Madolche monster will be shuffled back into the deck, you add it to hand instead. And Ticket, whenever a Madolche monster is sent into the deck and/or to your hand, you get to +1 for free. And if you control a Tiramisu or any fairy, that includes Angeli or Chocolat a la mode, or Pudding Cess, keep that in mind, you get to special summon it instead. So, very good. Gets you to that OTK very quickly. Very strong. 2 Forbidden Lance. Like I said, you just need to protect your stuff. You can't let the
back row is your only real enemy.
Back row and hand traps are your only real weakness. So you really, 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 really need to protect yourself. I mean, I was considering running it at 3, but, you know.
2's been consistent for
2's
you.
been pretty good. I mean, it's pretty clutch, too. You can also use it to lower their monsters' attacks when they try to run into you. And then you can just laugh as they -1, and then you get to just go off next turn. So, skillful card. Really good.
Good for extra damage.
Mm-hmm. I'm a scrub, but triple MST. I mean, at our locals, triple MST is pretty solid. I mean, a lot of people run a lot of back row just because, you know.
They don't like their things to die.
Exactly. So, I usually side these out game 2 or 3, but...
Especially against Necros.
Oh, especially against Necros. But I have a very special side for them, so really good. 1 Tenki. Searches your TG Werewolf.
If you had more Beast Warrior targets, you'd probably run 2.
Yeah, exactly. If
you had, like,
I
a
started to run
one-up
the
there.
Striker, yeah, I would probably start considering more Tenkis, just so I can get those combos.
Even a 1-up bear wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's spot removal.
Spot removal, yeah, and you get to plus another Tenki from it, so if you run multiple, really good. Yeah. 1 Dark Hole. I like Dark Hole more than Raigeki, personally, in this deck, because sometimes you just need to get food for your Hoot Cake, and whenever you use your own card effects to destroy your Madolche monsters, they don't get shuffled back into the deck. So
They go straight to the
they
graveyard.
go straight to the grave. So it just enables you to get there. Again, Tiramisu lets you win duels. So 1 book. The Jinlock's kind of annoying. It's also just a good card in general.
You don't have a lot of outs to it, but, I mean, you go really fast anyway.
Exactly. You just try to get there as quick as possible. So, like I said.
And you don't play upstarts because you don't want your opponent to have extra life that you have to climb
Yeah,
over.
you just want to just get to that OTK. You can do 8,300 points of damage really
You don't have
easily.
to play Pot of Duality anymore. Pretty
No.
much, I think you pretty much took those out for the Angelis
Exactly.
at that point.
Angela just replaces a lot of cards, so Book of Moon, still really good. On to the traps. 1 Solemn, 1 Bottomless, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Compulse, 1 Torrential. Torrential, same thing for
That was
Dark
that
Hole.
was the back row I used to use. Like every single deck I played, I'd always play those 5.
Yeah, I feel that, you know, Phoenix Chain is really good, so is Breakthrough, but again, you know, it's different. You know, it's a locals level deck, so these are really good at locals, so.
Because you never know what you're going to run into.
Yeah. 1 of Madolche Palooza. You activate it, special summon as many Madolches from your hand to the field. And then you get to... They get shuffled back during the end phase. So...
But you're going to overlay with all of them anyway.
Exactly. So, you can use this to defend yourself from an OTK. And then, you know, just sit there. Or you can use it to bait out cards. Like, you summon a Mufle, they chain it, or Effect Veiler it, then you just flip up Madolche Palooza, laugh in their face, and pretty much go for game at that point.
That's true.
Really
It can really help bait out stuff.
Really good. So. And one of my favorite MVPs of the deck, Triple Trapstun. Trapstun, very good. Very, very good. Against a Satellar player, I used it in Culmination to stop his special summoning from the grave with Call of the Haunted and such. So, very strong. Very powerful card. Has a lot of uses. I would side it out against the Necros matchup, obviously. Like, tons of side you can do. But mainboarding it, like especially at the locals level, really good. People just don't expect it.
Helps with battle traps like Mirror Force too.
Especially.
A lot.
Or you can just activate during the standby phase. You have your turn and then they just can't do anything. Really.
This is true.
Onto the extra deck. It's not complete, but 2 Tiramisu. I mean, you could play 3. I mean, if you really wanted to.
Maybe
but
if they get more support, like level 4 support, you'd probably play like
yeah,
a super turbo.
But
Make them -6 build.
But honestly, the most you'll ever get out reasonably is 2. I don't have Chocolate a la mode, but I would play it at 1. It just overlays on top of Tiramisu, and then you get to shuffle, proc ticket, go for another OTK. It's really good, really good. So
You don't even have to play Pudding Cess to get that effect.
the shuffle, no. The shuffle in, no. The Pudding Cess effect just summons from deck. It's
Which is neat.
good. Which is good.
You know, I'd play 1 of Pudding Cess if I did.
As for your main rank 3s, Invoker, I mean summons Invoker just summons Messengelato, opens up OTKs. Sometimes you can't get the Angeli, so you just need the Messengelato. Gets to Tiramisu. Again, negging 2 is just really strong. Like, people... Like, I'm telling you, negging 2...
They're gone. It's not like it goes to the graveyard.
Like,
it's gone.
If they don't have a reaction, a lot of their stuff goes away. And then you just start to win, so...
Especially when you have Chateau on board and you have, like, 3 other monsters. Then you get too much damage on board, and they can't even solemn next turn and stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's really rough.
Leviar, another really good card. Pulls the Angeli that you remove from play with Hoot Cake.
Now, the reason you play 2 Leviair and 2 of the Invoker is in case the first ones get stopped.
Exactly. You just need to make sure you can get to the Tiramisu, because if you can eventually grind to it, you can eventually win, you know? This deck has a really easy time of getting to 8,000 points of damage in one turn. So, that's why Trap Stuns ran. That's why you play 2 of your main, like, rank 3 combo pieces. Like, honestly, it's just trying to get to Tiramisu as quickly as possible. And then just, you know... Just getting there. 1 Heroic Challenger Excalibur. I still do play Blade Armor Ninja, but this just gets around Cleafort Killer and all the big ones. You can just swing over it, get rid of it, start having a good old time, you know? Very strong. Speaking of Blade Armor Ninja just deals a little bit more damage in some situations, you know, 4,400 versus the, 4,000 straight. And it can attack twice for 2 turns, so just a little bit more flexible when it comes to offense. 1 Ragna 0, I mean, sometimes, you just need to draw cards, and your opponent is just
good against things like Yosenju, too.
Exactly, good against Yosenju, good
Not
against
that you don't already
Firefist.
have a pretty good matchup against that deck.
Exactly. Poor Yosenju.
Win harder, please.
Heartland Draco.
This is great.
I mean...
This is great.
You can kind of just sit there on this card because you do run 2 Chateau and 2 Ticket, so as long as you control a face-up spell or trap card, I think it's just spell, actually.
Yeah,
it's just control spell. If you control a face-up spell card, you can just not get attacked and then start attacking directly for game. It's an interesting card.
I remember I saw a profile about a year ago where somebody was using Prohibition and Heartland Draco Kid in their Madolche deck.
Oof.
But this is a much faster build, whereas you would play like the Werewolves, you would play the Prohibitions.
Yeah.
And be more focused around that kind of thing. Whereas, like, you already have protection.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
But it's not a bad side.
Now for the really bad rank 4s, you got Maestroke. It's okay. It's a Book of Moon. It protects itself. You kind of just sit on it if you really need to. But if you ever get a chance to go into Maestroke, you're just going to go into Tiramisu. Just saying.
Like, 101 and Castell are great, but Tiramisu does their jobs even harder.
Just so much work. Pap, really bad. I don't know why I still play this. Black Ship, just as bad. Don't know why I play
still
it.
Better.
I should play Castell and Exciton, but And 1 Gem Knight Pearl, if I know my opponent is Fiendish Chaining.
Yeah, and they can't breakthrough skill it.
No, I mean you can't do anything to this. It's normal. Like, what do you do against it? And it's 26. Gets around Dark Magician,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's shiny, so. Yeah.
If there's anything you would change about the main deck, what would it be?
Honestly, I would probably run I'd probably run Insta-Fusions and start, like...
With the Nodens and everything? And
Not even Noden. Because Noden can't be used to get Tiramisu.
With the Fusionist and the other level 4 Earth monster?
Exactly, like, just...
The Night thing?
Well, I mean, I just run the Fusionist because the things is, like, you need 2 Madolche monsters to get Tiramisu, and that's the whole point of this deck, just to get Tiramisu to start making your opponent neg.
So did you play, like, 2 Instant Fusion and 2 Fusionist or something?
I might even run 3, honestly.
You really think so?
Yeah, because...
Just to hit that
Because you had the TG Werewolves to proc it.
That's right, because you can Instant Fusion and proc TG Werewolf and just get a Leviair or something out.
Yeah, and,
Invoker, too.
Yep, it helps. It helps.
Would you drop anything for Max C's, maybe, or anything else like that?
I mean...
Your lineup's pretty solid. I'd just probably play, like, Fiendish Chains and stuff, because that's what a lot of people are, like, really losing to. Effect Negation's pretty strong against anything that isn't Cleafort.
Yeah.
Just about.
But, yeah, that's about it, really. I mean, Madolche's...
It's Cake Boss.
Cake Boss, I mean...
Awesome. This has been a profile with none other than San Mandres right here. Catch you guys next time. This is Team Bad Deck, signing out.